Okay, you guys, welcome back. In this video, we're focusing on white balance. Okay, so this is just going to be a shorter, more digestible editing video in Adobe Lightroom, where we just take a look at how to do a white balance on our raw image. So keeping in mind, I've mentioned a few times now, you need to shoot in RAW so that you have access to all of these different settings and that we have more information in the photo to push our editing. If you shoot in just JPEG, you won't get all these built-in settings. You'll get as shot, auto, and I believe custom, but you won't get to scroll through like we're seeing here. And then you won't get as much room to push and pull the colors when we customize as well. So just be aware that for this to work the best, you need to shoot in RAW. So now that I have my raw image in here, it looks pretty warm and orangey. So what I'm gonna do is I'm starting with auto. I just wanna see what Lightroom thinks it should be. So we'll give that a click. Okay, nice. And it cooled it off quite a bit. This is actually more in line with the way I would want it to be anyways. So that's awesome. The other ones aren't gonna work. I know that these are all gonna end up a little bit. This one's going to be warm. Cloudy is also going to be on the warm side. So auto is a great start for me. I'm going to go back to as shot, but what I would do then is I would hit this eyedropper tool. Okay. If you click on it, typically you want to start by finding grays in the image or whites, and you can just click around and see what it does. It'll white balance based on where you're clicking. Okay. So here's a little gray patch. If I click there, that's pretty close to what auto did. And that's really nice. I actually quite like that. So we're going to make a mental note up there. That was a great spot. But we could click around in some lighter gray areas and see if it changes it at all. Ultimately, this stuff is subjective. So, I do like to tell students, like, just click around and see what it does. You're playing basically and just seeing, is it better? Is it worse? Do we like it? Do we not like it? If you clicked on the black, that warms her skin up a little bit, which I don't like. If you clicked on her skin, yeah, wow, that's crazy. I'm gonna go back to this gray patch that I originally found, and that makes me happy. I could live with that. So if I'm happy with that, if I wanted to explore a little bit further, I do have my warm and cool slider over here, and then I have tint, so my green and magentas. You could play around in here a little bit as well and see what that does. Like that would cool it off just a little bit more, which actually I quite like. I might leave that down a little bit. And then the greens and the magentas also just play around a little bit and see if you like it. If you don't like it, I don't know if I like it or not. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to undo that. I'm going to leave it right about there. Okay, so this is great. So if we want to see a before and after, here's our before where we started. So it's pretty warm. There's a lot of orange going on in here, okay? So that's actually a very drastic change. And this is a great example of why you would want to shoot in RAW, because now we have this flexibility to really take the photo to the white balance that we want it to be. Okay, so I hope that helps for white balance. It's a pretty easy process. There's just this whole white balance section up here, and that's where I start when I'm editing photos. I would always start with getting my white balance to the place where I'm happy.